In January 2017, the Hall of Presidents in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania closed down after nearly 50 years of operation, auctioning off the wax figures of America's commanders-in-chiefs and first ladies, all the way from George Washington to Barack Obama. So, what happened to each of these presidents and first ladies? Where did these wax figures end up? Firstly, each president sold for between $1,000 for James Monroe to $8,500 for Abraham Lincoln. And buyers included distant relatives of presidents, local fans, and, as we'll get onto, a surprising amount of TV and talk show personalities. So let's go through the presidents we know about. George Washington was bought by a physician from Philadelphia, who also bought George H.W. Bush, Ulysses Grant, and Abraham Lincoln. Andrew Jackson was bought by a relative of Andrew Jackson, who also bought George W. Bush. Martin Van Buren caused a bidding war between Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart, and it was Stewart that eventually won that one, with Stephen Colbert having to eventually settle for Zachary Taylor. John Oliver of Last Week Tonight famously bought several, shall we say, 5 of them, of the presidents, namely William Henry Harrison, Nixon, Clinton, Carter, and Harding. James Buchanan was bought by an attorney in Pennsylvania. Dwight Eisenhower was bought by television host Rachel Maddow. Lyndon Johnson ended up at the American Amusement Park Museum in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And Barack Obama was bought for $2,000 by a Pennsylvania resident here. Obviously, some of the first ladies were sold off. I know Jane Pierce ended up at the same museum as Lyndon Johnson. And subsequently, in November 2025, John Oliver auctioned off his 5 wax presidents to raise money for public media in the United States as part of a larger auction for those items. Let's hope that each of these, along with the other figures from the original auction, went to good homes. Although, given the comments of the mystery man who purchased the statue of First Lady Hillary Clinton, who famously said, "I don't have good intentions," that may not be likely. If anyone does know the current whereabouts of any of these statues, please do get in touch. Hope you'll have an amazing day, and I'll touch you all next time.